Hi guys, welcome to another episode of The Balance Path. Hi,
Hello.
Veera. Hi Veera.
Hello.
I am Sid, guys.
And
We
I'm Veera.
we were lost for quite some time, and we're here to kind of what's the English word for making up for something?
Making up.
I forgot the English we tell you. Basically, basically we're trying to make up for all this time we were not podcasting. Honestly speaking, a lot of things happened. We are going to talk about them. Veera's going to actually start, but we've been actually wanting to get back on this bandwagon since a while, because a lot of people have actually on Instagram and otherwise, even in real life, we do have a real life. We just don't live on Instagram. People have actually come to up and said that they found value in our podcast. Now, the first time this happened to me, I was like, yeah, whatever. Maybe they're just trying to be nice. But a couple of people actually, even when I was in Bombay, people were like, okay, podcast, we really liked it. We enjoyed it. We actually listened to it. And I was like, okay, maybe we're doing something very, very good. And I think we should continue it. We always wanted to continue it. And लोकां ने तो क्या होना कि पैकेट ले. But here we are, guys, and yeah, Veera, what
That
were you-
made that the way you said that reminded me of the Sidhu Moosewala song.
मैं गाने भी लगा था, but मुझे तुमने बोला गा नहीं सकते.
Bitch, I'm back.
You
That's
can't
what-
say these things on YouTube. Algorithm will push you down.
Sorry.
I've also been doing a lot of research on marketing on YouTube and how to push your channel. Haven't really learnt much because apparently there's an algorithm and it does something and it keeps changing, so might as well not learn it. But yeah, where have you been, Veera?
I've been here, right here. The usual. Almost brain dead now.
Brain dead. I mean, I don't want to say this on camera, but yeah, you've been like that for a while now.
That's very rude.
It is, right?
Uh,
A lot of people are going to
people are going to not like this.
But they also know I'm joking, so.
Yeah. Been here. Obviously did not want to podcast without you. I think Nitish Paji remembers the podcast that we did one-on-one. It was a really good episode, but it was really scary. I was so overwhelmed. I was so nervous because there was just it was more like a reporter reporting or giving a speech. So then during the podcast, we decided that we'll do a question and answer, and just talk about life in general.
Oh, that's how that
which
happened.
became...
I just remember.
Which became much easier because otherwise I was just okay, going on and on and on. It was more like delivering a lecture,
You kept just talking.
which was which is something that I like doing.
Which is what I basically am, subject to every day. We are
But-
talking and I am just listening. So you basically got a little taste of what I go through every day.
But talking to the camera is a little different because, But yeah, that's where I've been busy with work and, just understanding
Mhm.
things.
Yeah, I think, were you going to say something?
No, I was not. I was
So
just...
I think the fact that I was not here was one of the reasons that's was my reason for not being on the podcast, though I really wanted you to keep continuing.
I was
but
very mad at you, to be honest, because I was just okay, Siddhartha is in Bombay. He's going to meet a lot of people there. He's going to podcast them. And he's obviously
Yeah,
bought
but
some
I-
equipment for podcasting.
Well.
Does not podcast, obviously. And yeah, I'm a person who likes things to be done and do not like things to be just kept on the side. Yeah, so it did bother me, but I guess I'm glad we're back to
Yeah, we're back.
podcasting.
Yeah, and I honestly wanted to podcast a lot of people a lot of times in Bombay, but I mean, when I went from here, I thought it would be easy, but the logistics just never make sense in Bombay. It's you have to go either somewhere. I mean, I start to appreciate the fact that we have the space and the team to kind of just decide, okay, Monday we're podcasting and we podcast.
Right.
You don't have to rent a studio out. There is no dearth of equipment. I mean, we only have one light, but then we have a space, and I think I'm very grateful for that fact that we can actually just decide and start. Also, our work is like that we don't have to be in the office at a certain time.
Right.
So those were the things kind of that went into my mind, because I actually went with Vishwas to a couple of studios to see, like, you know, if I could use that. But then even if, first of all, I didn't like the studios there, you know, my budget was such that the studios weren't great. And then they obviously didn't have lighting the way I wanted. They didn't look the way because after this...
And obviously they did not have Nitesh Paji to...
Exactly, right? So
to record.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then the logistics of actually, even if I did hire the studio and then getting the person I wanted to podcast there at a certain time, it was like...
It was hard.
Yeah, it was hard.
I feel like everybody in bigger cities working on like really tight schedules, and also like the proximity to like travel.
The travel part
is really hard, and I feel like that makes me appreciate like a small town so much more. Every time like I'm out there, I'm just like, okay, I like it much better here. Nothing against anybody, but like this is what feels like home, and I like it this way. But yeah.
Agreed. But yeah, a lot of self-discovery happened in these 3 months. Kind of touched base with things that we had thought we had, you know, let go. Like fitness. You tell me, how was your experience in terms of how do you see fitness now as opposed to 3 months back?
Good question. I think I'm more at peace with fitness now. I remember 3 months down the line, like not literally 3 months down the line, but like looking back 3 months, I remember having a word with Vikram, and he was just like, Veera, you know this, you've done this for years. What are you talking about? Because I was just like, I just feel like I'm stuck at this, you know, point. Maybe this is like this constant, I feel like, cushion post you touch your 30s. And also I feel like it's not really a cushion. I feel like it's also what you hear. So you subconsciously engrave it in your head, but not realizing the fact that, you know, fitness, nutrition, exercising is pure science. And it's something that we've, you know, studied over and over again. Of course, it keeps evolving with time. But he told me that, you know this, you've known this for the longest time, you've read this, you've done a lot of research on this, like, why are you getting lost? Even though it didn't click then, but now I feel like, yeah, it's very simple. Like, from like literally like, you know, reading like all the new things that are going on, and going back to literally, you know, like from reading the Tim Ferriss's books versus now going back to like what, like, fitness is basic. It's the simplest things are the best things. Like, simple things make all the progress. Like, that's what I learned. Like, I thought that doing something more fancy, like something more intense, is going to make you look good. And same way with the nutrition. But I feel like keeping it absolutely simple, just whether it's nutrition, whether it's working out, it just is the best thing. Like, you just need to keep it simple. That's all.
Agreed. I think simple works.
Simple works.
Make it simple. Keep it simple. I would actually like to kind of also talk about what I discovered, and very similar lines, but I can summarize it because I've thought about this so much. Number one, taking from you what you just said, make it simple. I went to Bombay. I had to cook my own meals. They obviously had to be simple. I couldn't cook a gourmet meal for me like 3 times a day. It had to be oats. It had to be chicken and rice. It had to be casein protein. Simple.
Right.
So I did the simple things every day for an extended period of time, and I got results. That's it.
Right.
There was nothing fancy happening. I didn't do any extra work in terms of nutrition or some extra supplements or some fat burner. Nothing. It was just food. Right. And since I was, you know, able to kind of track it, because again, it's simple. If I'm having 80 grams of oats every day in the morning, I know I'm having 80 grams of oats every day in the morning. It wasn't like some days I'll have poha, some days I'll have eggs. It's just, this is my breakfast. I'm going to have it every day for the next 3 months. I know it may sound boring, but it gave me the best results. I looked and felt completely different. So keep it simple. And I think secondly, what happened with me, similar to you, and thanks to Vikram for making me realize, actually shaming me to a degree, where he was
both
like,
of us.
What the hell is wrong with you? You know, what's happened to you? Why are you looking fat? I'll be very honest. I know that word is these days very like, people don't like to say.
No, he said vyah ho gaya hai, when ithe matlab.
Hun kam khatam hai. Whatever. Matlab, I actually like felt that he was absolutely right. So what I felt, I was doing the same thing again and again and again for a couple of years, and I felt I was bored, and that's human nature. I mean, people get bored in 1 day, 2 day, 20 days, 2 years. I got bored in a couple of years, right? I stuck to it, and I think changing the modality of working out really helped me out. It kind of brought that spark back again,
like a fresh perspective.
And maybe it was just going back to where it all started. Hypertrophy, like, not exactly bodybuilding, but yeah, hypertrophy, like, bicep curls and presses and stuff like that. I switched my routine to that, and I felt amazing. The results were amazing because it was different for my body. I had a better connection with it, mentally as well, because it was something I was enjoying. So moral of the story being that you don't have to just stick to a particular type of
working out
regime. That being said, you don't have to change it often as well. It's not like today I'll do this, tomorrow that won't work, but you have to hold on to something for a couple of months, take the juice out of it, and maybe then change it.
Right.
So keep it simple, change of modality. That was something that really helped me, and I think number one thing was consistency.
Right.
Doing it every day for an extended period of time is going to make you not only see results, but you're going to keep getting better at it.
Right.
It's like, I actually read this somewhere and I was like, oh, it makes sense. Like, let's say I'm doing a bench press on Monday, okay? And let's say I'm doing bench press twice a week, okay? In a month, I would only have done the bench press 8 times.
Right.
And that does nothing. Like, you do something 8 times, you just get an idea of how you want to maybe keep your grip. Where do you want to keep your bar? Here. How do you want to keep your chest? Like, so many different things kind of.
Yeah.
Only if you've done it around, like, say 20, 30, 40 times do you understand, okay, this is the grip I like. This is where I feel the best.
Yeah.
This is how I want my shoulders to be. And this is how many reps I want to do, X, Y, Z, and you can keep getting into the details, but then you have to keep doing something to get better at it.
Absolutely.
Right? So consistency, right?
Consistency.
And I mean, we've read this so many times, we've heard this so many times.
I feel like consistency is not a problem with us. I feel like it's because of work, I feel like we have to show up to the gym at a certain point in time. And I feel like if one doesn't feel like going, which rarely happens, the other always like, nahi, chal, let's go. So I feel like because it's just it's like just ingrained in us, like there is never an option to go another time because of work, and we know how important and how happy like that 1 hour in the gym makes us feel. So that's why I feel like we end up being consistent. But yeah, like consistency even in like, like you can do probably like the same movement on the same day every week, and it's just gonna like help build on, because you can like build on it with weight, you can like probably add tempo, and like it just makes you feel good. And also like I have seen like both sides of Sid. Like I also know that your extreme nature.
I'm not extreme.
But yeah, I remember from the time like eating like an entire bowl of kheer. I feel like throughout this, like I was probably like a little more like I feel like I was still a little more regimented. You were like on a different extreme, which was very like I said, like I always tell everybody whenever I meet this that, the sabbatical you took, I mean, I don't know whether it was hard for you, but it was really hard for me because I did not know that Sid. Like, it was just like Sid not talking about fitness, because I love talking about fitness. Like I can talk about fitness the whole day.
Yes, tell me about it.
So yeah, like it was a little odd because you didn't want to talk about it. You were, just on a different route, which was fine, but something very difficult for me to like wrap my head around. But I'm glad that you're back, and it makes me feel good.
Thanks. Thank you very much. You know why I probably didn't want to talk about it? Because I didn't feel confident enough.
Right.
Because I didn't look the way I used to look, the way I was actually used to looking at myself. And I didn't feel confident. I was like, okay, I'm not in good shape. How do I tell other people how to be in shape? So I'm just realizing this. right now. So that probably was the reason. Like I was like, okay, you know, I mean, how can I give somebody fitness advice when I have a paunch? Okay.
Right.
But yeah, 10 kgs down and, you know, still going. I actually went all the way to 83 kgs, which is a lot in terms of like, it's not a lot of weight, but then my body fat percentage was a lot and I didn't look great.
Yeah. I think the hardest part is so we go skiing every year in January. This year it's not snowed, so we're just waiting for it to snow and go whenever it's possible.
Yeah, we should technically be in Gulmarg right now. I'm very
today
pissed.
We were supposed to be on the flight to Gulmarg say literally in half an hour.
Here we are.
And here we are. Here we are podcasting. But so basically when you ski, and this is our 4th year of skiing, if you're heavier, you basically fly, like you're like a bullet. And every year, like I think the first year was the lightest, and then after that it was just like, last year was okay, and after that was the second and the third year. The second year was like my heaviest skiing, which sort of makes you feel very scary, because when you're on the mountain and you're like
very fast,
you have that extra weight on, it makes you feel like you're like literally like, I don't know, scared. Like you're scared for your life. But I feel like when you're at a weight that is comfortable and your body can control, it sort of makes you feel a little more like in control. And like, it's basically like driving a car without knowing how to drive a car really fast. And when you know how to drive it and control it, then you're like, you can manage the speed and you can manage the acceleration and the braking. So you understand that. But initially it was like, so my aim was last year, like, I cannot be heavy for this. I cannot be heavy. So how was it skiing at like 83 kgs?
My God, I think last year I was 83. Last year I was lighter. I think around lighter. 78 maybe. But I remember last year I was given a very different type of ski. There are different types of skis, guys. If you don't know, there are skis to ski on groomed slopes, basically slopes that have been like, you know, beated. There are skis to basically ski on powder, which basically means deep snow. So these skis are longer and also wider so that they don't go inside the soft snow. So I was given those, and every probably a week, after week 10 days, you have to put wax at the bottom of your skis and then basically make sure like they're nice. And so my skis were waxed, like nicely waxed. So the better the wax, the faster they're gonna go. And I was 83 kg. And I just wore my skis and I was standing and I was just like going. I couldn't just stop. And I was like looking here and there. I was looking at Shafat bhai, who's the person who has taught us to ski. Also Basharat bhai, Guzar bhai. And he was like, ski क्यों नहीं रुक रहा है? मुझे भी नहीं पता है क्यों नहीं रुक रहा है. And the moment I went down the slope, I was so fast. And he's looking at me, he's like, क्या है, weight ज़्यादा है क्या? Like, आपको कैसे पता? It's like, you're going too fast. And like, I was scared. I was like, यार ये मतलब.
You don't feel scared on the mountain.
Well, that's true, because you know I have to put up that face in front of Shafat, because Shafat said, जो भी हो, डरना नहीं है. And I just kept that in my head. So wherever he said, यहाँ से नीचे चले जाओ, बिना सोचे समझे के बस उस्ताद ने क्या था चले जाओ. But yeah, I couldn't, even if I was on the side at an angle where you're supposed to, I'm going that way because I was so heavy. And these guys are like, the guys who are with us, they are like 62, 63. And they fly, but they are so much in control. Obviously, they're much better skiers than us. But I just couldn't stop. I was like, okay, maybe I'm a little too heavy. But yeah, we should be in Gulmarg right now, and we are here. And I'm sad, yet, I mean, this is weather and you can't really...
I'm not sad at all.
She cried yesterday, day before yesterday. Literally cried because she can't ski.
Because how we started this episode saying that I'm brain dead. I'm literally brain dead. I don't know if it's the right term to use, but I feel like I need to move out of this char diwari to be able to like get some creativity in. And I feel like I lack that after 3 months or 4 months.
Actually, it's been a long time you haven't taken a holiday, right?
Yeah, October.
Where did we go?
Goa.
Oh, that's it. That's it, right?
Yeah.
Then you've just been toiling away, working, while I've been enjoying myself. Partners should be like this, guys. They just like make sure everything is happening as it's supposed to happen, and you can pretty much do anything you want.
It's called exploitation.
That too. But yeah, so Gulmarg, guys, if you haven't checked out the ski scene in India, you're missing out. Number one. Number two, regardless of whether you're 20 years old, 40 years old, or even 60, you can still learn how to ski. And Gulmarg being one of the best
and the highest ski resort in the world.
The highest ski resort in the world, and the best in terms of expanse. There are a lot of slopes that are like untouched, and you can literally like have the time of your life there. And the best part it is very reasonable, guys. If you go to, let's say, Stad, which is the most expensive ski resort in the world, it would cost you, I don't know the exact numbers, but the money you're going to spend on 1 day of skiing in the Stad is probably what you'll spend 10 days skiing in Gulmarg. And this is including food, ski rentals, great instructors, and the best time of your life. So I really kind of try to tell everybody that they should go there and ski. So here I am again trying to
tell everybody that
you should go ski, guys, because it's fun. Also, I honestly like holidays where you need to kind of which Veera doesn't agree with, that you actually have to like be tired and sore.
I don't say anything to it. It's just that the first time that we were supposed to go skiing, I wasn't ready for it.
It was because technically our honeymoon, right?
Technically our honeymoon, and I was just like, military training 101.
So this was the routine, okay? So-called honeymoon. At 9 o'clock in the morning, which is late in honeymoon standards, we used to get a call, "Kahan pe ho?" And two people standing outside with skis waiting for us saying, 10 minutes late ho gaye. And she's looking at me like, weren't we supposed to holiday? I was like, okay, let's just go with the flow. And they're like, yahan se chalna padega 20 minutes. Like, okay, like going on the slopes. Okay, now initially you're not taught how to use the ski lifts. Okay.
You don't even know how to walk in ski shoes.
Oh, that's true.
Go on the lift later. Like, how do you walk in those shoes?
It's very difficult, guys, but it's fun. Okay, don't scare people, please. Anyways, you go down, okay, and then you have to take off your skis and then walk back up in the snow in your ski shoes. Obviously, you can't take them off. And it takes some time to come up, and it's the incline, and it takes a lot of time. So they expect us to do like 5-6 rounds a day, and then they're like, okay, now, but we being CrossFitters, we were doing like more than 20 rounds a day, okay, and obviously being competitors, like obviously giving each other the eye, acha ek aur round kar rahi hai, and she's like, acha ek aur round, chalo ji. And at the end of the day, 4:30 ski gets over, okay, we get to our rooms, we sit, and we're just like sitting there and looking at each other. Kya karna ab? Like, kya kare? For like half an hour, 1 hour just sitting, because we didn't have the energy to do anything. ठीक है जी. Anyways, get ready, okay?
Not get ready.
Get ready as in like get into your pajamas.
Wait for it to be 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock
to eat dinner.
They used to keep dinner, and 6:30 used to go down into the so-called banquet hall, जहाँ भी खाना लगता था. Like, लग गया खाना? They're like looking at us like, what the hell is wrong with them, Anyways, 7 जैसे ही खाना लग गया, like जैसे बराती नहीं टुट के पै जाते रोटी नू. अभी खाना, obviously very hungry. 7:30, food is done. Obviously, I used to love my sweet back then. Whatever the sweet was, and it was usually very bad. I used to like eat a lot of it. Go back to the room, put on a South Indian dubbed movie. Guys, if you haven't seen South Indian dubbed movies, you're missing out on life. And I think sleep at 8.
Not 8.
8:30?
9.
9. Okay, 9 o'clock we were like
out.
अगले दिन 9 बजे फिर से.
नहीं, उठते 9 बजे नहीं थे.
उठते जल्दी थे, but मतलब, so this was a regiment and I loved it. Like, I'm sore and I'm like, पैर दुख रहे हैं, मतलब ये दुख रहा है, वो दुख रहा है. So this is the kind of holidays we enjoy, and I think it's a very good test of fitness, honestly. That is the one reason I actually go there to Gulmarg to ski, because it is physically demanding. And I think I like that in a way where you work out the whole year. Obviously, you want to look good when you work out, but you also want to use your fitness, right? So maybe it's about going on a hike or doing something like skiing, climbing a mountain, which I'm also planning on doing, guys.
But yeah, like I also feel like just not I mean, skiing is fun. I feel like the hard part is like, I feel like the initial first 2 years are hard. And then once you go, like now, once we go back, I think the first 2 days are going to be a little demanding on the body. And then you're just basically having fun. Like just imagine yourself being on the mountain, maybe with a couple of friends, looking around, seeing the beauty. There's literally nobody. It's just you and, you know, snow everywhere and like clear skies. And it's just so beautiful. Like you just look back, just take a moment and take many moments actually and appreciate nature and how beautiful it is. And it sort of makes you slow down and appreciate life a little bit more. So I feel like that's something that I, you know, really look forward to. In the middle of nowhere, pahunch jao, and then, you know,
just have fun.
Yeah.
And amazing people.
Absolutely amazing people. So friendly, so warm. Like,
it's like going home.
Yeah. Like I remember the first time that we went, again, getting back to that, on my last day, I ended up hurting myself because of my own stupidity. I got competitive with Sid and I was really tired and I just, you know, my legs didn't have the energy to go more, but well, mind over body. Like I don't get tired.
Veera, come on.
Like I don't get tired. I'm superhuman.
Veera, whenever she's tired, she's like, I'm tired. I'm not tired, but my legs are not moving. It's like, Veera, that means you're tired.
Yeah, literally one of those days. And I remember, like, I'm telling them nothing is happening. Like, and I fall because, like, my legs have no energy, literally. And, they just couldn't move. And I'm telling them that nothing is wrong with me. Like, it's just like, you know, I'm just exhausted. And also, like, ended up, like, spasming my leg because I was so tired. But they got so worried. They took me to the hospital. We got like some x-rays done. Nothing happened. But it was just like they are so concerned about, you know, your well-being, and they're so kind, which also is one of the reasons that we love being with them every winter, because it's just so heartwarming, you know, really warm and nice people. Like Kashmir is the nicest place. Like it's also home. So yeah, I'm really excited to go now.
Yes.
The more I talk about it.
Today is the 22nd. There is a prediction for snowfall on the 25th. So
let's hope.
Then bade okay nikalne hain. I mean, my routine in the morning is I wake up at whatever 6:30. The first thing I do is I open my phone. I go to my browser and type in AccuWeather Gulmarg. Because that's an efficient site for letting us know how the weather is, and I see कि भाई बर्फ पड़ रही है, अच्छा कब पड़ रही है. That is, and I do this probably 2-3 times a day.
Yeah, because also 7 दिन के बाद weather change हो जाता है ना.
हाँ, 3-4 दिन के बाद होता है अच्छा और आगे चलेगी बर्फ. But yeah, looking forward to it, man. And yeah, if you haven't tried skiing, please do try skiing.
Yeah. Hanji.
Ask me, na.
Ask you what?
The question everybody wants to ask me.
Siddhartha, why did you turn platinum?
Because it's cool. Why did I get my hair colored?
So initially
platinum?
I thought it was a joke. As usual. Never take Siddhartha seriously. Like you don't take Siddhartha seriously till he says something like 20 times, and then when he's all finally like, I'm doing this, that means he's doing it, and then you're like, okay, theek hai. But initially, like he just I don't know, you should not be taken seriously. I mean, as long as it's not work, you should not be taken seriously. You're like, I'm going platinum. I was like, अच्छा होएगा.
Platinum तो बाद पता चलेगा कि इसको platinum कहते हैं.
You said blonde.
I actually thought this was blonde, but yeah, I did like float the idea in front of. Actually, Veera and Vikram as well, like, I want to do this, and you were like, yeah, daadi bhi kara lena, eyebrows bhi kara lena, and like, okay, and this happened a couple of times, like, oh, daadi bhi kara lena, daadi ko aayega.
The time you basically shaved your beard.
Yeah, that was a challenge as well, right? Can you shave your beard? Yeah, I can shave. I like challenges, not a lot, but yeah, so I was like, okay, I want to do this, I want to, you know, go blonde. And I think we saw pictures of Prab very good friend of ours, Prabhuppal, and he had done something similar and he looked great.
He looked so good.
And I think I actually sent a message back then saying that, hey, this is... But then he had to get it back
to
black, apparently because of
work.
But yeah, that was after seeing him, I was like, yeah, this might look good on me, you know. And I think this was the last day. Confidence pura. After, okay, you know, after the 3 months were getting over in Bombay, I got this done. But on the way of getting this done, I stopped at Nike and bought a cap.
Really?
By chance अच्छे नहीं लगे.
You bought that cap because of that.
Yes. तो by chance अच्छे नहीं लगे, टोपी डाल लूँगा. I was like, okay, I was ready for it. And I was like, maybe when I go back to Jalandhar, people are like, what the hell? Maybe I'll wear a cap. But anyways, I called you. I was like, I'm getting this done. And you're like, don't lie. You're not serious. You're just, you know, effing with me. I was like, no, Vida, I'm actually...
No, I told you something different. I said, please get it done. I don't want to wait for 8 hours in the parlor.
I was like, okay, Veera, when you come, because she was planning to come, you come with me to the
salon.
To the salon, and we'll get it done together. She's like, nahi, I don't have that kind of time. And I actually didn't know it was going to take 7-8 hours. I thought 1 hour, 2 hours. But what was the place called? Happy in the Head in Bandra. Amazing people. When I talked to them, they were like, let's do this. They said, okay, we'll put bleach on your head first, because apparently this is just bleach, and then you'll have to sit for 2 hours. I was like, okay, 2 hours, I can manage that. And they also said, we hope you haven't shampooed your hair. And I was like, I did it literally in the morning. And then the hairdresser, he looked at me, he's like, how is your pain threshold? I was like, it's okay. It's like, okay, then we'll see. Because after they put the bleach and they told me to sit outside, in like 20 minutes, it started to burn. It was like, oh my God. And then after every like couple of minutes, he used to come to me and was like, are you okay? Are you okay? I was like, I'm okay. And 2 hours, got used to it, sat there. And then after 2 hours, I was like, okay, now they're going to wash it. And they came to me like, and they start talking to each other like, because I could see in the mirror and aapas mein they're like, and I'm looking at them like, tell me as well. मुझे भी बताओ क्या हुआ. It's like, अभी ना actually वो color उठा नहीं है, और bleach लगाना पड़ेगा और देर रुकना पड़ेगा. So I was like, okay, now अब तो हम पड़ गए हैं ना बीच में. More bleach, another maybe 1.5, 2 hours. है ना, I ordered food, had some coffee. By this time I was like, you know, क्या करें. And finally, like, they washed it off and then put some other things, and I finally sent you a picture. Did a reel on Instagram where everybody thought it was a filter. Well, technology apparently is that good these days. Even my father was like, कि बेटा वो मुझे किसी ने बताया वो तो filter है.
Even Abhishek was like, it's a filter. And I was like, no, it's not a filter. He's like, Veera, don't joke with me. I was like, I'm serious.
The best comment that I got when I came back to Jalandhar was when I met Veera's dadi, and she looked at me like, in Punjabi, she's like, beta tu pehla baal rangda si, hun chhadte hai. Like, did you dye your hair first to black and now you've, you know, stopped dyeing? I was like, nahi ji, main ye कराए हैं मैंने. She looks at me like, बेटा ये उम्र के साथ तो हो ही जाने थे, तेनू क्यों काली सी कहते नहीं. I was like, oh my God. That was one of the best comments. But yeah, I honestly really liked the way I look. And everybody thinks I won't get it done again, but hey, you know, I'm really digging the look. सोचा तो मैंने था कि गुलमर्ग जाएंगे तो वाइट बाल और वाइट स्नो होगी. स्नो भी नहीं, आइस. यार आइस पड़ गई है गुलमर्ग में. But yeah, I mean,
there's no snow.
There will be snow, guys, don't worry. So yeah, that's how I went platinum. And yeah, बाद में पता चला कि इसको platinum कहते हैं. मुझे ये लगता था कि white.
I didn't know you were going for this color. If I had known.
You actually thought blonde?
Yeah,
like
I thought the yellowy blonde, yeah. Which is what I was just a little apprehensive about.
That would have been a little...
too much.
Too much? Yeah, I probably couldn't have pulled that off. Because this is just, you know, this is how I'm going to look when I get old, guys. Just to let you guys know. But yeah. Okay, so what next? We want to talk about teaming up. So basically what's happening now is, after not coaching at Inkalab, like a lot of you know, we go there to work out, but we don't coach there anymore. Just are still there, and we have a great team there doing great work. But we somehow kind of didn't want to coach anymore because we did it for a couple of years, and then Zoka happened, didn't get the time. So we're like, okay, we're not giving 100% to coaching. It's not fair for the people who come in. We might as well take a step back. And after that, fitness took like a backseat. Personal fitness, and in terms of like a lot of people reaching out saying, why aren't you coaching? Do something online. And I was always skeptical about online. I was always like, how? I don't think that's going to work, because I'm more of like a hands-on guy. Like I want to like cue people, you know. Maybe I'm not as good as a coach that I can actually coach somebody online on a video, but I like to be like hands-on. So I was like, maybe online is something that I don't want to do. I didn't get into the online wave post-COVID, and I think you had similar.
I did it very but on a like
Briefly.
small batch. And honestly speaking, like virtually taking a class, I did not enjoy it so much. So I feel like I wasn't giving 100% to clients in a class, because I feel like clients were doing well, but I feel like I was not. And I
Giving
feel like अगर आप कुछ 100% अपना दे के नहीं कर रहे ना, तो फिर
Agreed.
ultimately
It's not fair for the.
it's not fair for the client. So that's one of the reasons that I wasn't very inclined towards taking online classes. I don't I like doing other things online, but like,
Got it.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's why you didn't start, I didn't start. But in Bombay, I kind of discovered that online coaching can also give value to clients. And honestly speaking, I was inspired by a very good friend of mine called Abhinav Jain, who I worked with as well. And I saw him doing online fitness in a way which I thought I wanted to do as well, in terms of, at the end of the day, you are helping people out.
Absolutely.
And I reached out to him as well, and he's been kind of he's been good enough to kind of tell me how things are done, what kind of problems may arise, and how to kind of overcome them. So thank you for that. And again, skepticism, I started doing it, clients started coming in. When I saw that people were getting results, I was like, okay, now this is something that I can do. It felt good. It was, remember in Collab when people came to us, and it wasn't about like how much weight has a client lost. It was always about people coming to us and saying, thank you, because we are now more confident. We can actually go talk to somebody because we just feel more confident. We feel stronger. We feel more agile. So many things. And that is something that, we wanted to impact somebody, not just in terms of their physical aspects,
Appearance.
but mentally as well. Because here is what matters, right? You lose a couple of kgs, you stop working out, comes back. But if you gain that confidence of, living life more confidently, I think that is something that will stick to you for longer and will also help you stick to your regime, whatever it is.
Absolutely.
So similar things started happening with me in terms of like people, my clients coming to me in terms of like writing messages like, we feel really good, we feel more confident, and obviously we are losing weight and we're looking good, but there are more things that we're experiencing, lifestyle changes. So that is something that
Like
kind of
sleep
really
is better.
sleep is better. We are less stressed,
And like hiking better. Like went on a hike with.
Small things, but like something. And I was like, okay, this is something that can really help people out. And obviously, like one person can only handle a certain number of clients, because after that, I feel that the quality just goes down, because you want to kind of one-on-one coaching means that you're there for your client throughout, no matter, it's not just like, okay, see you after a week. It's like, okay, whenever or wherever you feel stuck, reach out to me, I'm here. And in giving that quality, making our service better, there's always a cap as to how many clients you can take. So obviously I wanted to increase my, the impact that I would have on more people. And I turned to, obviously, Veera Puri. I was like, Veera Puri, please help me out here. Let's join hands and do this together. Because, hey, you love coaching, okay? I love coaching. At the end of the day, we love helping people out. And I think we should kind of team up to give a great product to people out there. And that's how like we joined forces, and thank you for being part of my team. Recently we have come up with an 8-week peak challenge. Peak is the name of my online coaching. What we intend to do is we intend to kind of give anybody who comes in a personal nutritional plan, a personal workout plan, regardless of what level you are, whether you want to work out at home or at
the gym.
Because I felt in the past couple of weeks and months that everybody has a different routine. You can't just give something that works for her. I can't give that to, let's say, Nitish Paji, okay? Because hey, different weights, different heights, different lifestyles, different activity levels. It has to be customized, okay? And this challenge is a challenge for us as well, because we have to customize every meal plan, every workout regime, and we have to also be there for our people, for our athletes. I don't like to call them clients. I like to call them athletes, because when you're in it, you're in it. You're athletes. So that is the idea, and also there is a cash prize of 51,000 rupees, the best transformation, not just losing weight, but in terms of measurements, in terms of visual, like how great do you look after those 8 weeks. And I think it's a very good place to be for a person who wants to kind of get that jump start, for a person who wants to just like, there's a definitive end to this challenge. It is 8 weeks. It's not like indefinitely you're going to be 8 weeks, we deliver results, you get to lose weight, you get to tone up, you get to understand more about nutrition and working out, and you get to also have a chance to win 51k, which is, I think, a win-win. Not only do you get a great plan, a great team on your side, but you also get that cash in incentive at the end of the day. So that is the 8-week challenge. And yeah, we've made a proper system of delivering everything,
and also like a check-in every week, a Zoom call with everyone as to how they're feeling, and what is lacking in the program, what could be better, and how they're feeling. And basically
the idea being to constantly kind of improve on everybody's program, because a lot of times what happens is, like, you understand somebody's lifestyle, you give them a plan, but then somewhere along the line they get stuck. Maybe there's this meal that they can't kind of eat because they don't have time, or suddenly like work times have changed or shifts have changed. So that is when
we come in.
And honestly, that is where we really kind of like to see what can be done to make sure our athlete is on track. At the same time, not be like, oh my god, like, this is a plan, it's a great plan, but I can't follow it. Then the plan
it's not a great plan.
It's not a great plan. I always tell this to my clients that I can give you the greatest plan in the world, but if you don't follow it consistently, you are going to get shit results. But if I give you a shit plan and you follow it consistently, you will still get good results. Because it's all about consistency. So if you really want to kind of take your fitness to the next level, and you want us as coaches, hop on. We'll give a form in the description below. You can just fill it and we'll get in touch with you. It is first come first serve basis, and we've already taken it out on Instagram. I don't know when this video is going to come out, but you might not be able to get into this challenge because we have again limited slots, but we intend to do this maybe after 2-3 months again, so you can always join then. But try your luck. And yeah, so this is the latest from us.
Very excited about joining your team. I obviously had for the longest time, like, I would get a lot of inquiries online, like, as to why you're not doing, like I said, but I always felt like Sid is doing the same thing, and if I'm not doing it, what's the point? Like, you can do it. And I always like direct my clients to, but I feel like, I don't know, like, I feel like people just wanted something out of me. So it was, rather than just being like a competitive product to Siddhartha, I was like, why not join hands with him and become a stronger team? And very excited, because I feel like I look up to Siddhartha for fitness, and I feel like I don't know, like, I feel like even though, like, I know my shit, I feel like I need to, like, validate it from a person who's been in the business for a longer period of time. This is not me bragging about you, but just trying to say that, sometimes you just need that, extra push. So I feel like I'm happy. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be a part of your team.
Of course.
And looking forward to some killer transformations, mentally,
definitely.
physically, and peaking transformations.
Speaking of transformations, guys, so this is it from us for today, and we'll see you next week for another episode of us constantly telling you about how you should go ski in Gulmarg. But yeah, guys, it was great getting back here on this podium again, and hopefully trying to give you the best value, and making sure that the time you spend listening to us, you do get to, at the end of the day, learn something and maybe get in a laugh or two. So this is Siddhartha Singh signing out. And
in case you guys don't want us to convert this channel into a singing channel, please like, share and subscribe. Otherwise, I will sing for you. And if you haven't heard me singing,
कुछ गा के सुनाना.
गाता रहे मेरा दिल तू ही मेरी.
कर दो यार लाइक सब्सक्राइब, नहीं तो ये मुझे सुनना पड़ेगा भाई, और पता नहीं कितनी टेक ले गई है. प्लीज लाइक शेयर सब्सक्राइब गाइस.
Thank you.